Hi everyone, my name is Agnia Fadilla, and today I want to share my opinion about smoking in the campus area, especially in the Universitas Pennsylvania Informatica. I believe smoking shouldn't be allowed in the campus area. A campus is meant to be a place for studying and learning comfortably, not a place full of cigarette smoke. Smoking doesn't only harm the smokers, but also people around them who have to breathe in the same air with the smoke. First of all, smoking can bother other students who don't smoke. The smell is unpleasant and it makes the air around is dirty and unhealthy. We need a clean and fresh environment to help the student can focus better on their studies. But cigarettes only cause discomfort and give a distraction. At Universitas Pennsylvania Informatica, this rule is clearly written in the Student Code of Ethics, and it says in Article 9.5. It clearly states that students are not allowed to smoke, to drink alcohol, or use illegal drugs in the campus area. Smoking is even included as a minor violation in Chapter 5, Article 13, Number 2, which means students who keep doing it can face different kinds of punishment, from light warning up to being dropped out. Personally, I don't like when people smoke in the public area like the campus. I'm not saying this to offend anyone, but sometimes smokers act without thinking about others around them. I feel that smoking inside the campus shows a lack of care to other people's comfort and health. Everyone deserves a clean space to study and hang out without being disturbed by smoke. To sum up, I completely agree with the rules that ban smoking in the campus area in Universitas Pennsylvania Informatica rules. It's not just about obeying the regulation, but also it's showing respect for others and keeping our campus in healthy. Let's have let's all help make Universitas Indonesia Informatika a clean, comfortable, and smoke-free is for everyone. And that was my opinion about smoking in the campus area. Thank you for watching and see you everyone. My name is Rizki Fadilla. Glad to see you again. Today I'm going to present my English midterm topic, but the topic is adverb of frequency. In this topic, it's all about how we describe how often we do something, whether it's studying, exercising, or doing something fun. It's a simple part of grammar, like actually we use in our daily conversation. So let's explore it together. In our daily life, we often talk about how we often we do things. For example, how often we study, how often we watch movie, or how often we help at home. To express this clearly in English, we use adverb of frequency. For example, I usually feed my dog in the morning. And if I say only I feed my dog, it gives more information. It tells when and how often the action happens. So, what are adverb of frequency? Adverb of frequency is describe how regularly or how often an action takes place. They make our sentence more specific and interesting. For example, I always breakfast in the morning, or she rarely goes swimming. In both sentences, the adverb always or rarely help us understand how we often the person does that activity. Now, let's look this frequency scale. Each adverb show a different level of frequency, from 100 to 0%. Always is mean 100% or every time. Usually, it means around 90%. Frequently is about 80%. Often means about 7%. Sometimes is around 5%. Occasionally is 30%. Seldom is 10%. Rarely is only about 5%. And never, it means 0%. It doesn't happen at all. This word, how we often activity and repeat in our daily life. Position in a sentence. The placement of adverb of frequency depends on the type of verb in the sentence. First, is a place in the sentence before the main verb. I usually wake up early. In the second after verb to be, it's to be she is always cheerful. In the third, between auxiliary and the main verb, I have never tried a sushi. So, this rule is most adverb of frequency come before the main verb, but make sure to move them after am, is, are, or between have, can, will, and the main verb. I have a real life example. This is about a dance practice. I will read for you. Carmen says, "Hi Jiwoo, you look so tired today. Did you practice last night?" Jiwoo says, I always practice in the evening. We have a big performance soon. Carmen says, wow, you're so dedicated. I usually dance 3 times in a week, but not every day. Jiwo says, I often practice with my team until 10 p.m. Carmen says, that's late. I sometimes join the group on the weekend when I'm free. Jiwo ends with, I never miss the final rehearsal. From the dialogue, as you can see, each person is used different adverb of frequency. Always, often, sometimes, hardly ever, never, usually. That makes the conversation sounds more natural and expressive. How often question. We use how often to ask about frequency. For example, how often do you cook at home? How often do you try new recipe? The answer can include adverb of frequency or time pairs, such as I always cook dinner for my family. I usually try a new recipe on the weekend. Sometimes we combine adverb with time pairs to make our sentence is more specific. For example, I go jogging twice a week. She plays tennis every weekend. They travel once a year. I often make a presentation every month. I rarely forget my homework this day. Adverb of frequency and time passes together. It helps us describe action more clearly, so it gives more information detail. Comparing the frequency, we can also compare how often different people do something. For example, Abi say, do you study English every day? I usually study at night, but my friend only sometimes does. And Abby replies, really? I never skip my class practice. And Icha end the conversation and say, wow, you study more often than both of us. This kind of conversation show how we can use adverb to express our personal habits and compare them with others. Next is a cultural connection. In the cultural connection, it's more like in English speaking countries, people often use adverb of frequency when talking about daily activities or routines. For example, someone may say, I usually cook dinner, but I sometimes order food when I'm tired. This word always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, and never makes small talk sound friendly and natural. It's also a reflection of culture. In English, people like to talk about their lifestyle and relax polite way. And now, tips to remember. Adverb of frequency, it's can in our head and can we use in our daily routine to make a conversation. Here are some important tips to remember. Use 1.1. Use adverb frequency to describe your daily habit. 2. Use how often to ask about frequency. 3. Place the adverb in the correct position before main verb or after to be. And finally, don't use many frequency words in one sentence or it will confusing. Just use like how we need to use so it can give more information is detailed. And the summary to and for this and for summarize my presentation, I can say adverb of frequency are the small words, but they can make a big difference in how natural your English sounds. They show how often something happens, from always to never. The most common adverbs are always, usually, rare, often, sometimes, rarely, and never. By using this word correctly, we can describe our daily routines more clearly and speak more fluently. And I hope my presentation can help you understand about adverb of frequency better. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this presentation can help you more understand about adverb frequency better. So, how often do you practice English? And that's all for me. Thank you.